A number of the Democrats running for president in this cycle want to make sure that we have a climate crisis focused debate. But as of right now, Tom Perez and the DNC say that that is not going to happen. It's just not practical. Well, we haven't heard the last word on this, and it's possible that if we put the right kind of pressure on the right people, that debate could still happen. And joining us now to talk about one way that we can do that, Araceli Jimenez, Sunrise Digital Media Manager, joins us on the Damage Report. Araceli, welcome to the show.
Hi, John, thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So as I said in the intro, Tom Perez says it's not practical. Come on, you can't have a whole debate focused on one measly little issue. How did you respond to hearing that?
Well, I remember when that news first came out, I was definitely feeling a lot of anger and a lot of disappointment because over the past several months, we've seen not just presidential hopefuls, but environmental justice orgs and people across the country have been demanding a climate debate for quite a while now. And so when the chair of the DNC, Tom Perez comes out and says that it's not practical or that climate is just a single issue, it really just shows how out of touch the establishment is with the base of the party and how out of touch they are with the energy of the Democratic Party right now.
So why do you and it seems like Sunrise as an organization feel that it needs to have it needs to be an entire debate? And what would you hope would come out of that debate?
Well, it needs to have at least one entire debate because climate change is the single greatest existential threat that our country and this planet is facing right now. And we need to elect a president and a Congress in 2020, but especially a president in 2020 who is going to have a plan to tackle this crisis at the scale that science and justice demands. And in order for the American people to make the right choice, we need to hear these presidential hopefuls debate on a stage, debate their plans and defend their case for why they should be chosen to take on this existential threat.
So I believe that if I have the timeline right, I think that tomorrow Sunrise is going to be submitting the results of a petition on this, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That petition has jumped up into the tens of thousands of names that are going to be sent to the DNC. And folks, please, if you're watching this and you feel compelled to sign the petition, you can go to sunrisemovement.org /climate-debate, and you can sign the petition there. We're demanding that the DNC reverse their position and actually hold an official climate debate. But we're also letting people know that if they fail to meet those demands, then Sunrise Movement, alongside other environmental justice orgs, alongside 2020 hopefuls who are also calling on the DNC to reverse their position, we're adamant that if the DNC fails to meet our demands, that we'll figure out a way to hold the climate debate ourselves.
And whether there is that climate debate or not, Sunrise is planning on being involved in the more general debates, right?
Well, we do have a Change the Debate campaign that we're launching to really make sure that Americans show up in force at the presidential debates to show that it's not just it's not just Sunrise Movement, it's not just presidential candidates who are calling for a climate debate. It's actually huge swaths of American people who are asking for dedicated time on climate change and how it relates to other issues that this country is facing. And so that means at the end of July for the second Democratic presidential debate in Detroit, we're going to be mobilizing thousands of people to show up en masse and really demand that the DNC change the debate and actually focus on the issues that we want to hear about.
So I know that one of the candidates, Inslee, was pushing for this very strongly, and he actually implied that he was told that if he was involved in some climate-focused debate that was not sanctioned by the DNC, that he would be banned from further debates. So clearly he's taking this seriously. I know that we don't have climate crisis-focused policy plans from all of the candidacies yet, but is there anyone else who is like what you would say moving in the right direction on this? It seems to be taken as seriously as Sunrise would hope.
Well, we were also surprised when Biden released his plan, his 22-page climate plan that actually cited the Green New Deal and had very ambitious goals. But we're still skeptical of that plan because just a few weeks prior, Biden was talking about a middle of the road approach. He was talking about compromising on climate change, and and this still holds true now that one of his top climate advisors sat on the board of a fossil fuel company, and that person is still his top climate advisor. So releasing a plan is great, but we really need to see these presidential hopefuls really step up and walk the walk on climate. They need to be rejecting fossil fuel money. They need to cut ties with these fossil fuel industry executives if they've had ties with them before. So we're excited about these plans, but we're still going to keep up the pressure and make sure that these plans aren't just like lip service to try and get us off their backs. We're going to really try our best to hold them accountable.
Are there any candidates that have said or done anything that has sent up warning signs from your point of view or the point of view of Sunrise?
I think Biden's middle ground approach was definitely the biggest flag. But of course, as I just mentioned, we're shocked and impressed by Biden's plan. So I would say right now we're still hoping that as many 2020 hopefuls as possible do come out with their climate plans, so that way that we can sort of judge them evenly.
And I guess this is a more general question, but we've been following along since the protest outside of Speaker Pelosi's office. I think that Varshini joined us the day after that, and the hard thing was always going to be maintaining it. From working inside of the organization, how would you rate some of the politicians that have been involved from the very beginning, their continued work with you? Are you finding you're still getting a lot of assistance from people in a position to actually do something about it? How has the struggle been over the past 6 months or so?
It's actually hasn't been too much of a struggle, I would say. I think, of course, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Ed Markey have been really showing up. And on our Road to the Green New Deal speakers tour that we had throughout the month of April and a little bit into May, there were multiple Congress people who came out to tour stops to show their support and to speak about, in their own communities, why fighting for a Green New Deal is so important. So we have seen that continued support, and we're very excited about that. But of course, we're also very excited to see other Congress people come out and show their support full force as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping, we just in our last segment, we had a candidate who's looking to take over Eric Swalwell's seat. I'm hoping that some of the primary candidacies will be involved in at least trying to court an endorsement from Sunrise and making sure that if they make it into the House, that they will be an ally in that fight as well. I don't know if that's something that's on the radar necessarily just yet, but I'm hoping as someone who's watching this from the outside that you're gonna have a lot more allies that you can be citing in future interviews when you come on the show.
Yeah, of course. We were excited to announce, actually, on the Road to the Green New Deal tour, our first endorsement of the 2020 congressional races. We endorsed Audrey Denny, who is running for Congress in California against a climate denier in an area that was really devastated by the wildfires last November. So we're really excited about that race, and hopefully the other challengers who are gonna surface and really step up to be climate champions.
Okay, well, so we really appreciate you joining us on the show. Anytime we can touch base with Sunrise is always is good from the point of view of the damage report. And good luck with pushing for the debate. I'm hoping that they pay attention to the petition.
Thanks so much, John.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.